Magic Tip, David Dutton. 2, St Taffy, Anthony Webber. 3, Nicky Tam, Graham Bradley. 5, Man Alive, Neil Doughty. 7, Hilly Way, on whom Pat O'Connor's putting up £5 overweight. 8, Royal Friend, Mike Williams. 9, Cumbie, Reg Crank. 10, Major Knight, Charlie Mann. 12, Brave Jack, Peter Scudamore. 13, Tiepolino, Hugh Davies. 14, Ballyhampshire, £2 overweight for Pat, or Shorty as he's known, Leach. 16, Wilbureen, with Sean Tracy putting up 2 overweight. 17, Moonlight Express, Paul Nichols, £7 overweight. 19, Pirate Jack, Colin Hawkins. 20, Durham Lad, Richard Rowe. 21, General Rock, Philip Hobbs. 22, Oak Lawn, John Snaith. 23, Green Dolphin, was Mr. Duncan Trow putting up a stone overweight. And 24, Churchfield Boy, ridden by Joe Byrne. Running. And these 19 runners with 18 fences to jump, and the first they come to in the Topham will be number 13 in the Grand National. Forcing the pace is Churchfield Boy from Nicky Tam and Man Alive, with St Taffy on the inside as they come to the first. Nicky Tam and Ballyhampshire, and Churchfield Boy a faller at the first. Churchfield Boy has gone at the first fence. The horse is up all right, continuing riderless. His rider's just got to his feet. Nicky Tam, who has to go to the front or he loses interest, has in fact hit the front now as they jump the second. From Ballyhampshire in second, then comes Man Alive. Behind them comes St Taffy. Behind St Taffy is Oak Lawn, and then General Rock, and then comes Major Knight and Tiepolino and Wilbureen, and they're coming down now to the chair, which will be number 15 in the Grand National. One of the most daunting fences on the course, with Nicky Tam in the lead from St Taffy and Ballyhampshire and Oak Lawn and General Rock. And follow there, Ballyhampshire. Ballyhampshire has gone, and so's Durham Lad. Ballyhampshire and Durham Lad have both gone, and coming now to the water, with Nicky Tam taking him along from General Rock and St Taffy and Tiepolino. Nicky Tam has been forced out there. His rider's on the floor. He's up on his feet. So they're being preceded now by riderless horses as they go out in the country, with General Rock in the lead now from Tiepolino, Oak Lawn, and then St Taffy on the inside. Pirate Jack right up with them. And as they run down towards the Melling Road, St Taffy has gone to the front on the inside. On the outside is General Rock. Between horses is Oak Lawn, with Pirate Jack next, and then Major Knight, and behind them Tiepolino. Then behind them come Major Tip, and behind Major Tip is Magic Tip, rather, is Green Dolphin. As they run down to this fence, it's over to you, John Hanmer.
And in the centre of the course, it's General Rock and Tiepolino. On the near side, St Taffy, Oak Lawn, Pirate Jack, the grey Man Alive right up with them, and in fact almost landed in the lead. They're all over that safely, and coming to the next, Man Alive, the grey from Tiepolino, General Rock, then Magic Tip, Oak Lawn, St Taffy on the inside as they jump the next. Man Alive over first. Again, they're all over safely. Hilly Way, the back marker, and coming to the big ditch right in front of me, it's Man Alive, Tiepolino, General Rock, Magic Tip, Pirate Jack, Oak Lawn, then Moonlight Express. Behind, and the faller there was Magic Tip. Magic Tip, the only one to go. The last two over it, a Royal Friend and Hilly Way going to the next. Man Alive, Tiepolino, General Rock, Pirate Jack, and Moonlight Express as we join Julian Wilson.
Man Alive over that one clear. He fell at the last in last year's National, but he's giving Neil Doughty a marvellous ride here. Towards the outside is Tiepolino with General Rock, and Moonlight Express towards the inside is Pirate Jack as they come to the one before Beechers. And Man Alive is over from Pirate Jack and Tiepolino, and on the outside General Rock, and they're all over that one as they run down towards Beechers, with Man Alive the leader, from Pirate Jack in second, Tiepolino third, then General Rock behind that, then a gap back to Moonlight Express, St Taffy and Brave Jack as Man Alive jumps Beechers. Man Alive over from Tiepolino, Pirate Jack and General Rock, and they're all over Beechers, all the leaders. Hilly Way makes a bad mistake at the back but gets away with it as they come down to the 11th fence in this, the 7th in the Grand National, and Man Alive jumps it clear from in second place Pirate Jack. Tiepolino is third, General Rock behind that and St Taffy, then Green Dolphin and Cumbie still going well, then Wilbureen and Brave Jack going past him, then Moonlight Express and Oak Lawn, and behind Oak Lawn is Major Knight as the leader comes to the canal turn and makes a bad mistake but gets away with it. And the leaders all over the canal turn, with Man Alive now joined in the lead by Pirate Jack. Then comes Tiepolino and St Taffy and Green Dolphin, and behind that is Brave Jack still making ground, and they jumped Valentine's there, and Pirate Jack just fractionally leads over it from Man Alive in second, Tiepolino third, St. Taffy and Green Dolphin and Brave Jack and Moonlight Express and General Rock as we rejoin John Hammer.
And they've got 4 to jump, and it's Man Alive and Parrot Jack from Tiepolino, General Rocks and Taffy come by, then Green Dolphin, then Brave Jack. Royal Friend has been pulled up. Over the next, Man Alive from Parrot Jack, Tiepolino, General Rock, then St. Taffy, Moonlight Express and Brave Jack. Then come by Green Dolphin, Major Knight and Wilburine, and Oak Lawn has refused. Hilliway's tailed off, and this is the third last, and Man Alive's run out. Man Alive ran out at that, and that leaves Parrot Jack in front of Moonlight Express, Tiepolino, then St. Taffy, Brave Jack, Major Knight, General Rock, come by Wilburine, then Green Dolphin and Hilliway, and back to Peter O'Sullivan.
Parrot Jack in the lead from Tiepolino, then comes Moonlight Express and St. Taffy. Behind them, Major Knight, and still improving is Brave Jack and getting right on the heels of the leaders. General Rock comes next. Behind General Rock is Kumbi, and the rest are virtually out of it. Racing now towards the second last fence in this Kaltenberg Pills, and it's Tiepolino in the lead, being pressed by St. Taffy, Moonlight Express, then Major Knight, then Brave Jack. Coming down to the second last now. Tiepolino from St. Taffy, Major Knight, Brave Jack, Moonlight Express, Kumbi at the second last. Tiepolino lands in the lead from, Major Knight a faller there. Major Knight has gone, left Tiepolino clear of St. Taffy and Brave Jack as they come down to the final fence. Tiepolino in the lead is Ryder looking over his right shoulder. Looks as though he's only got a jump, although he's got a long way to run from the fence. Tiepolino lands in the lead. St. Taffy jumps it second. Brave Jack jumps it third. Kumbi jumps it fourth. Racing towards the elbow in the Kaltenberg Pills, and Tiepolino is clear of St. Taffy, Brave Jack, Kumbi and Moonlight Express. Coming to the elbow now with a furlong to run in the Kaltenberg Pills, and Tiepolino still being pressed by this strong finisher, always St. Taffy. But it's Tiepolino still. St. Taffy coming right over to the stand side as he swerves under pressure. Tiepolino on the far side. St. Taffy beginning to get up on the near side. It's Tiepolino on the far side. St. Taffy on the near side as they come to the line. Tiepolino's going to hold him at the line. Tiepolino wins the Kaltenberg Pills. St. Taffy is second and Kumbi third. Brave Jack 4. 5 behind them comes Moonlight Express, and then Hilliway and General Rock, and behind General Rock was Wilburine, and then Pirate Jack, and the only other finisher is Green Dolphin. And so the result of the Kaltenberg Pills, the first running of this former Topham chase, first number 13, Tiepolino, owned by Mrs. B.D. House, Mrs. Bird House, trained by Kevin Bishop and ridden by Hugh Davies. Second was number 2, St. Taffy, owned by Mrs. L.M. Drescher and Mr. P.J. Drescher, trained by John Webber and ridden by Anthony Webber. And third was number 9, Kumbi, owned by Mr. D.A. Lunt and Mr. Tom Webster, trained by Ginger McCain, Donald McCain, right here at Southport, and ridden by Reg Crank. Fourth was number 12, Brave Jack. Here's how they came into the second last as we review it with Richard Bittner.
Several of the fancied runners had gone early, including the favourite at the first fence, but coming to the second last, Tiepolino had several lengths to spare off, terrible mistake there by Major Knight, who falls, and he was going well. In fact, looked quite a danger. Kumbi on the wide outside in the yellow colours there, but he drifts back to meet the field. Moonlight Express in behind in yellow colours, St. Taffy in the orange, and on the inside, Brave Jack, the horse where had all the money for him just before the off. But Tiepolino and Hugh Davis going for home. He's having a warm-up before the Grand National and Spartan Missile, and what a great way to boost his confidence. You can see Anthony Webber really getting to work there on St. Taffy. Kumbi going to produce nothing from there. He's given all in third place, and Brave Jack has gone. But as they come to the elbow, the most extraordinary thing here, I don't know whether Anthony Webber planned to come across the course, but he's lost an awful lot of ground by doing so. He had his head down, was really riding hard, and it may just be possible that the horse has drifted that way because he's pulled his stick through once he's got there, but he's lost an awful lot of ground by going there. He may have gone for the better ground, I don't know, but Tiepolino is not going to be caught now as Anthony Webber has given away 2 or 3 lengths going across the course. 16-1 the winner.
So a great triumph for a small stable, this. Kevin Bishop trains at Bridgewater. Only his 7th winner of the season. And there's Birdhouse, and what a proud moment for him. He said only the other day that he thought this old horse was coming back, and he was really on song, and how right he is. How right he was. The distance is 3 lengths and 6 lengths. It's Kevin Bishop on the right there with Hugh Davies, former jump jockey himself. And that number 79 for Hugh Davies. Another brave run by St. Taffy. He's been a very consistent horse this season. Only a 7-year-old. Surely plenty of more opportunities for him. And the winning rider, of course, the intended partner of Spartan Missile, has been the subject of adverse rumor this morning, and one can only hope that those are ill-founded. And regrettably, its umbrella's up. And another shower. Over this already unusually damp turf, which Michael Dickinson is currently walking to determine whether to declare Ashley House for the big one, the top weight in Saturday's Sun Grand National. The full starting prices on the first running of the Kaltenberg Pils as follows.
First, number 13, Tiepolino, 16 to 1. Second, number 2, St. Taffy, 8 to 1. Third, number 9, Combi, also 8 to 1. And fourth, number 12, Brave Jack, 11 to 2. First, Tiepolino, 16 to 1. Second, St. Taffy, 8 to 1. Combi, 8 to 1 was third. And fourth, Brave Jack, 11 to 2. Jackpot number 213.
Well, we've moved indoors, the sun's shining, but the rain's falling as well here at Aintree, so it really is a very changeable April day with plenty of showers and plenty of rain around, which is certain to affect the going this afternoon, and of course tomorrow, and also for the big race here on Saturday. Well, alongside me again is Bob Davies, watching that race with interest, and first of all, Hugh Davies, who rides Spartan Missile in the big race on Saturday, has had a very nice fillip there, winning that one.
He's had a lovely ride round. It's nice if you're riding in the National to have a good ride in the Topham. You know, the opposite applies as well. If you have a bad ride in the Topham, it isn't the best introduction to the National. But Tiepolino's given him a really good ride round there, and he's gone round. He hasn't made a mistake, I don't think, and you know, he's won very well.
Do you fancy Spartan Missile, by the way, just on that subject?
If he's back to what he was, I do, but it's asking a lot of a horse. You know, he's run well this season, but he has had, you know, over 12 months off, and you know, as the horses get older, it's the same as athletes. You know, you don't quite come back to as good as you were when you were younger.
Sure. All right, well, 19 runners went to post there for the start of the Kaltenberg Pils steeplechase, used to be the Topham. Let's have a look at the first 3 fences with you, Bob, and let's particularly ask you to give some comment about the going and the conditions.
Well, they jumped off and went very fast to the first, which they always do. Churchville was a favourite, and he's felt the first. I'm afraid that's one of the penalties, really, of there being that many runners in this race. You know, it's just one of those things.
Well, the going is officially soft.
It's officially soft, though the horses didn't appear to get too tired, so it may not actually ride as bad as what people were thinking.
No fallers at the second.
No, everything's jumped that well. Then they come into the chair where, you know, it's all the horses are in a bunch and there's not a lot of room. In the National, you've been a circuit, so you've got sorted out. You're approaching the chair now. You know, as you get towards it, the track gets narrower.
So here they are going into the chair, where it gets, as you said, very narrow, very tight. Now, who goes here?
Well, Ballyhampshire and Durham Lad. I mean, Ballyhampshire's in front, which is very unfortunate, and Durham Lad's just fallen. I mean, that's Bob Champion's runner, which was a shame for him to go that early. And here's left Nicky Tam in front, and here it shows one of the perils of Aintree. A loose horse has really took him into the wing. I mean, the jockey had no chance. The jockey jumped the fence and the horse followed him, but it was one of those things, you know, it was just the fault of the loose horse.
G. Bradley, the jockey on
Nicky Tam. Graham Bradley, he had a great chance in the race, and that can happen in the National. It's, you know, it's just one of those things.
I don't know if you caught that, just in the last few frames of the water there, but it seemed to me that Bradley was actually beating the ground in dismay.
I think he was. Well, I don't blame him, actually.
I mean, that is exactly the sort of thing that can happen.
Well, you get out, you feel so frustrated, you just want to, you know, oh, damn, you know, it's probably a bit worse. But it's just one of those things. The loose horse, there's a gap on the inside, the loose horses go towards the gap, and you know, they take the rider with them. And
What's the message for the jockey in a situation like that?
I mean, really, you're completely at the mercy of the loose horse. If you've got room to, you know, you can perhaps get ahead of it or pull back behind it. But when it happens very close to a fence, you haven't actually got time to do anything. Really, all you can do is pray.
And it's a bit crowded. It's a bit tight, in fact, that water, isn't it?
Well, it's a bit tight, and loose horses, you know, tend to find a gap, and if there's a gap there, they'll always go that way.
Sure.
And it's happened approaching the chair once or twice when loose horses have run across the fence, and it's caused trouble. And you know, really, you have to leave gaps for the horses to get out, otherwise they're going to cause a problem. But on the same time, you know, it lets that happen.
Sure. Just one final thought. I mean, we're talking about the going being soft and wondering how it'll be for the big race, but the track here is always good. It's always good racing ground, isn't it?
It's never raced on apart from this meeting, so it isn't trod and it isn't cut up. But it's sort of a peaty soil, and when it gets wet, it can go from being good ground to actually being very wet ground very quickly. You know, and when they go in a long way, so it can actually get very tiring.
OK, thanks so much indeed, Bob. We'll just break off there to go and join Peter O'Sullivan for the presentation after that race.
Alan Rhodes, Memorial Novice.